Hello, and welcome to Christian Women Business Builders Podcast. I am your host, Cassie Kitzmiller, and it is an honor to be with you today. If you are catching us on the podcast, please take just a second when you wrap up here and go and leave us a review, subscribe, just so that more people get to hear these messages from the Lord's heart to his daughters. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Hit the little bell so that you're notified when a new video drops. And as always, we love comments. I love to be able to engage with the listeners and the watchers. So today's episode, as it comes out live, is going to hit right around Thanksgiving. And so our focus on our session today is going to be growing in grace and in gratitude. And we're going to be talking about why these two G words really do have such a stupendous amount of power within them. And I think of it as this opportunity where when we're focused on, we've been talking about growing good fruit in our businesses. We've been talking about what is our role and what is Lord's role, and the world's definition and the believer's definition. I think of grace and gratitude as the fertilizer for our good growth. And when I think about these things, I think about them almost simultaneously. So if you've ever planted, you know that there's different elements that you have to add to your soil. You need nitrogen and you need phosphorus, and some plants need more calcium. And depending on what you're trying to grow, the fertilizer that you use is a little bit different. I think of this as the same thing in our businesses, that when we get that perfect blend, we add gratitude and we partner with the Lord's grace, we see this beautiful amount of nourishment go into our business. And so let's talk about this idea a little bit more. We're going to start with gratitude, since we are getting ready to celebrate the holiday for those of us in the US around being thankful and having a heart of gratitude. But so often as a business owner, it's hard to really take the time to stop and be grateful for what your business provides. For example, I am so grateful. I wrote the check this morning for my boys. We homeschool, but we do like a homeschool school where we send them 2 days a week and they get incredible teachers and camaraderie with kids and, all that good stuff. And I was able to write that check this morning from funds from my business. And to me, that was such an incredible blessing. And the gratitude that I experienced helps me reframe some of the more challenging things that may be going on, behind the scenes. Another example is again, I'm sitting here recording this while home with my 2 youngest boys. They are not in school today, so we did a homeschool lesson this morning, and then we have had the opportunity. They're eating lunch in there today. And used to, when I worked in my brick and mortar job, I would have had to have been gone all day. I wouldn't have had that opportunity to be home with my kiddos, creating that engagement and that teaching and that relationship growth with them, while also still able to do what I love and be able to serve the people who I feel called to serve. So again, very grateful for that. I challenge you, when we're thinking about this idea of gratitude for our businesses, to really get as specific as you can, and map out 10, 20, 30, 100 different ways that you are grateful for your business. Now, does this mean we just gloss over the challenges? No. There have been times where I've been grateful for the challenges I've faced in my business because they've helped me grow as a person. They've grown my ability to have skills that I didn't have before. They've grown my patience. They've grown my ability to really focus and get tasks done. It's created a level of discipline that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So being thankful even for the challenges, for the growth that they produce, or the faith that is deepened through that. So I encourage you, I challenge you to make that gratitude list for your business. Lord, I am so thankful for this piece of my business. Lord, I'm so thankful for my clients. Lord, I'm so thankful for a podcast where I get to share your word and your heart, with your people. Lord, I'm so thankful for the relationships that I formed with other entrepreneurs. I'm so thankful for the personal growth and depth that I've grown in, researching and being able to pull these truths out. That gratitude list, again, is like fertilizer for your heart. It's just pouring in the nutrients that keep us connected to the Lord, and out of that new growth comes. So if that's not something you do regularly, I encourage you to definitely do it today, tomorrow, over the Thanksgiving break. But then I encourage you to make that a part of your weekly routine, your daily routine. When you pray for your business and you sit with the Lord, you just take that time and thank him specifically for what he's doing in your business. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about is grace. And I look at grace as God's power through love. So when God gives us grace, he is giving us some of his power through his love. So he gives us grace to do some certain things, or he gives us grace to go through things we wouldn't be able to on our own. He gives us, it's through his grace that he forgives us. It's through his power and love that he forgives us. Grace is that invisible force that believers have available to us, that outside of our Holy Spirit superpowers, it is this access to a power source that is greater than anything we could ever create on our own. And it can only be done through the love of God. It can't be brought in on our own strength. It can't be generated from our own, human love. It has to be from the Father. And so when I say grace for our business, I'm talking about this beautiful outpouring of love that the Lord gives us to accomplish things in his power that we wouldn't be able to do on our own. Or if we could do on our own, it would take us a lot longer. It'd be a lot more difficult. So what are some of these things? When I think about grace, when it comes to our business, I think about the favor that we have to accomplish certain things in his will. So if he's given you a plan for the new year, or he's given you a focus to end this year strong, or he's given you an idea and you're like, Lord, I just don't think I can do that myself. That's good. That's where we have to rely on the grace of God. So some of the things that I've been asking myself and I've been working through with my clients during the season is, once we're grateful and we have this heart of gratitude, it's time to sit with the Lord and say, Lord, what are you giving me grace to pursue or to grow in 2024? Lord, what are you giving me grace to finish strong in 2023? Lord, where is the grace over my business that I may not be walking in or tapping in fully? I guarantee you that he's given you a unique grace, a unique power through his love to accomplish things that you can't do alone. And when we realize that, when we tap into his grace and we seek him for where that favor lies, it doesn't mean that we don't still have to do our part. It doesn't mean we just get to sit back and be like, okay, I'm on the river of grace, just floating along, right? It means that we now know where to focus our time, our energy, our investment of resources, so that we can partner with the Lord in his favor, his grace, what his will in the world. And when we do that, incredible things happen. Now, when we get the idea and we try to operate on our own strength and not the grace of God, we get worn out, we get burnt out, and we start to feel like we're failures. When we get the idea and we humble ourselves before the Lord, or we get the command and we humble ourselves before the Lord and we say, Lord, I don't know how to do this on my own. Lord, you are going to have to be my strength. Lord, you are going to have to guide me. Lord, you're going to have to just take me step by step. It allows his grace to come in and work. And that's when you'll start to accomplish things that you can only even imagine. And they don't look like the things you think they're going to. When his grace steps in, there's just such a beautiful cadence to the work we do and then the results we get. So I encourage you, as we wrap up this session on gratitude and grace, to spend that time coming up with that list of 10 to 100 to 1,000, however many you can come up with, reasons you're grateful for the Lord and your business in 2023. And then I encourage you to spend some time asking the Lord, Father, where is your grace for me in 2024? What are the good plans that you've given me power through your love to walk in the new year? Because my friend, it doesn't matter how incredible your vision board is. It doesn't matter how clearly you articulate your word of the year. It doesn't matter how beautiful that promise is. If it's not in the Lord's will, then you can spend a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of resources chasing things that are just going to be hard. So spend some time with the Lord, get that download from heaven, seek him, give him praise, and end this season with a heart full of thanks, and walk into this beautiful Christmas season with just your eyes on him, your spirit committed to doing his will, and just enjoy this journey of entrepreneurship with him. All right, friends, as we wrap up, I do want to invite you in. We are doing a special opportunity for the end of the year, or through the end of the year, through the end of the month, just our gratitude gift to you. So we are doing an incredible bundle where you get access to not one, not two, but I think we've got 5 different programs in there, including our Grow Collective community, including a prayer powered mastermind, including just some really great stuff. We're doing all of that for one really incredible low price. So check that out in the show notes. It is just our way of saying thank you to you and positioning you to end the year strong and walk into the new year with a focused growth plan for your business and for your walk with the Lord. All right, blessings on you, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving.